were feeling pretty homesick moving from Colorado to Texas. So I'm guessing that's still a little bit of an issue. We had talked about Skype and social media networks to kind of help you get back in touch with your family. Were you able to set up any of those things?
We got Skype set up with my grandparents
Okay.
because my aunt has it on her computer, so we have to coordinate all together. But
Right.
we were able to do that, and that helped a lot, just being able to actually see them instead of just
Okay.
hearing the voice.
Great.
So we are doing a little better than last time.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would 1 being no improvement at all and 10 being completely improved, no more homesickness, where would you rate yourself?
Probably about a 6.
A 6? Okay, that's a lot better. Where would you have said you were last week?
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay, so we've moved up several points. That's always a good thing. Of course, unfortunately, still can't make the road any shorter from Texas to Colorado. If one day we can, we'll work on that. But for now we can't, so I definitely think maybe, set up a Skype date a certain time a week or a couple times a week, and that way you can still see your family members and they can still see you, because I'm sure your grandparents love being able to see you.
Yeah, they're pretty excited about it.
Okay. So another thing we talked about was student organizations. Have you looked into any of those?
Pretty much just the same as last
Okay.
time. I also I'm on a heifer show team,
Okay.
so they're trying to cut that out, but we're trying to keep them from not doing it. But
All the budget
budget
cuts.
cuts are great.
Okay, as far as your feelings towards Texas and the people in it, 1 to 10, improved, not improved.
It's improved.
It's improved.
Probably
Okay.
6 or 7
6
again.
or 7 again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of adjusting to how people act here,
Yeah.
the friendliness, the sometimes overwhelming personalities. But
Yeah, I'm getting a little more used to it. It's not quite as overwhelming now.
Great. Yeah, it takes a little time, I'm sure. So, is there anything else that's been bothering you this past week, or?
Well, just on top of the homesickness, I'm taking summer classes
Okay.
this semester, and all that piled on top of it too,
Right.
that extra stress of the unit projects due and the tests, and just worrying that you're going to get it all done on time, and that's kind of added some of the more.
Okay. If you were to rate your own time management skills on, again, a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being that you have very low or not very good at time management, and 10 being you have exceptional time management skills, on your own personal basis, where would you rate yourself?
Probably 5 or 6.
5 or
Not
6,
too
okay.
great.
But, you're able to manage yourself, but you don't do it exceptionally great, where you make sure you always have
Right. I tend
enough
to
time to do everything.
postpone a lot of stuff
Okay.
and
We
procrastinate.
like procrastinate. Okay.
Procrastination is a big one.
Okay. I can tell you this right now. I was once too a very big procrastinator, and really figured out that life got a lot less stressful when I would sit down and kind of make myself a plan. Today I need to do this at work. Today when I get home I need to do this for school. So maybe that's something you should do. To-do list. To-do lists
Okay.
are a great thing. I know it sounds kind of silly, but the joys of marking something off your to-do list are incredible. Because you're like, oh, I got it done. Can I go color it off my list real fast? Or at least it's a kind of a reward system for me. It's like, okay, when I get this done, I can mark it off, and it makes my list look a little bit shorter.
Okay.
So that's something maybe we could look at. Is there a particular kind of class that's doing this to you, or professor?
Well, our professor drives us crazy.
Okay.
One week we'll have something due, and then it'll be due the following Friday. We'll come in on Monday, and he decides that it's not due. So then you don't work on it anymore because you think you have another week,
Right.
and then he'll come in on Wednesday and oh, by the way, your stuff is due on Friday.
Okay. So just a very inconsistent schedule. He's not really
Yeah.
sticking to his syllabus. It's kind of what he feels like that day.
Right.
And how does that what kind of feeling does that cause you to have?
You get very frustrated with
A frustrated feeling?
Well,
Okay.
it's just because if you would stick to what you say in the beginning, it would make everybody's lives a lot easier.
Right. What is something, if you could suggest something to him, what would you tell him, or what would you suggest he do to make it easier on his students?
Just if you want something due, just keep it that way. Don't
Keep
keep
it that way.
changing, let's do this week but not this week, and oh, by the way, what was not due this week, you don't have to do it, but next week we need it, and then, oh, on Monday, oh, by the way, this is actually going to be due again because I decided that you needed to do it.
Okay, so just, if you were a
Consistency.
professor, you would be sure you were very consistent in what you did.
Right.
Because
And
obviously it's very stressful
yeah,
for an
and frustrating.
inconsistency to happen. Absolutely. Is there anything else that's gone on?
Well, I've been like hanging out with more friends again, and
Okay.
like going out to the bars, and that seemed to help a lot. Maybe not the bar deal, but like actually going out and just hanging out with people that have a lot of the same interests, more of the
Right.
same interests that are kind of country people stuck in the city.
Okay, right.
That helps.
As far as going to the bar, just to clarify, you're not by any means using alcohol to try to cure your sickness.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Just going out
Just
to hang
checking.
out.
A lot of people, kind of turn to that sometimes, and obviously, it may be a fix for a few hours until you wake up with your hangover, and then it's not such a good fix anymore.
No, we've just been going to like the concerts and stuff.
Okay.
That have been in
Having
town
just a couple of drinks and hanging out. And, all right, that's great. Just as a reflection on the last week, has there been anything exceptional that's happened?
Well, we went to the Texas Country Music Fest.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay. Did you meet any new people?
Well, it's pretty much a lot of the same people that I'd known before. Like,
Okay.
my roommate brought a couple of her friends with her that I hadn't met before, but
Okay.
for the most part, it was just hanging out with some friends that I'd already met and just having fun.
Good. Having fun's the main priority. It definitely helps you feel a little more at home. Let's see. What do you have going on in the next couple of weeks?
Well, I'm actually making a trip home in a couple weeks for 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
So that'll be good to go up and see everybody.
When you make trips home, when you come back, how does that make you feel?
It's rough when you get
Okay.
back because you're used to seeing them all every day, and then you
Right.
come back and you don't know when you're going to get to go up
Do you
again.
feel like you'll relapse on our scale back down?
Probably not as low as I started with, but possibly a little bit.
Like a number,
Right.
number or two. Okay. So something we need to talk about, obviously, then, is ways to keep from falling back into our old steps. So you go home to Colorado, you see your family, you see your old friends, you're back where you're from, you're back in that place that you really love, and then you come back to Texas, and it's like, okay, I'm back. Not excited to be back, obviously. I'm just here because I have to be here. So, I used to be the same way. I used to love going home, and I used to hate having to come back. So one of the things I did was, whatever day I came back, maybe not that day, but the next day, I always made sure that I had something scheduled with my friends, like a dinner date or a movie night or something where you're not by yourself those few days afterwards, or you may be at night, but you spend a few hours a day with somebody that knows you well enough so that you feel comfortable and you're excited to be back because you have something to look forward to.
Okay.
So maybe you talk to your roommate about cooking dinner one night, or one of your friends going to the pool, or anything like that that'll kind of keep you from falling back into thinking about how homesick you are, because you'll already have things to look forward to when you come back. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Kind of refocus on the good things that are down
Exactly.
there.
Make yourself think of the good things and not so much about what you miss back home.
Okay.
And it's not completely foolproof. Nothing is, but it should help. How long are you gonna be in Colorado?
A couple weeks.
Okay.
So a good stint.
A good stint.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll get tired of it. Maybe you'll want. Anything planned while you're there?
We're going up. Me and my aunt are going up to Denver to spend the day up there, just hanging out.
Okay.
Possibly go see one of my friends I hadn't seen in a while. She had a baby a couple years ago. Go see how he's grown up.
Okay.
Last time I seen him was about this long. So I'm sure he's grown up since then.
Probably. That tends to happen. So, good. I definitely think I've seen improvements from last week. You feel like, or to me, it feels like you've really kind of stepped out of your comfort zone, kind of found things you like to do, people you like to hang out with. Your student organizations are obviously kind of slow right now because it's summer, but definitely in the fall you want to be sure you're really involved all the no's, and I mean the biggest thing I've reached you is just finding more people you have stuff in common with, so you have more people to depend on. A couple of great friends is good, but several good friends is also really good.
Right.
Let's see, is there anything else? Family's good.
Yeah, everybody seems to be doing pretty good.
Okay.
Excited for me to go back, but
Yeah. Absolutely.
other than that, they're all doing good.
Okay. I'm guessing we still are out on the boyfriend situation.
Yeah, no boyfriend.
It's not a bad thing by any
No.
means.
They don't really think I want one, to be honest, right now.
Yeah. More trouble than you're worth
Yeah.
sometimes.
They can be a pain in the ass.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay. Well, just to kind of go back over what we talked about, we've seen improvements, which is a great thing. Our biggest thing right now is that we don't want you to relapse when you come back. We don't want you to start feeling homesick again. So a few days before you come back, the day you come back, it's a long drive.
Yeah.
Call up some of your friends and say, hey, you know, I'm going to be back in town. Let me sleep for a day or so. Then let's make plans. Let's do something just to kind of keep that positive atmosphere going. Let's see. What kind of feelings do you think you're going to have when you come back?
Probably like just sad that I had to leave everybody again.
Do you ever experience any kind of anxiety
Not
in these
really.
situations?
Not a lot. I have a couple times, but that was when stress and
Okay.
schoolwork.
So you feel like
Yeah.
since the school work is going to be out when you
Yeah,
come back,
that'll be-
that you shouldn't
yeah.
have any trouble in that.
I should be fine.
Great. That's a good thing. When's the semester over?
Next Thursday.
Next
Well,
Thursday.
Friday for everybody. I'm handing all my
You're
stuff in on
okay.
Thursday and leaving Friday.
Good. So you're almost done. You just have to make it another week, and hopefully it doesn't change any more dates on you.
Yeah. Welding lab's always fun too.
Just remember, you get to fill out a little
Teacher.
survey on it, a teacher survey. Be sure to add on there. Needs to be more consistent in future classes, because I'm sure you'll have it for more classes.
Oh yeah. We have about 7 classes with me.
Okay. So definitely, I mean, just remember those are anonymous, and they really do read them. Most professors do. So if not, their department heads do.
Okay.
So somebody will read it, and I'm sure a lot of people in your class have the same feelings.
Yeah.
So definitely go ahead and add that on. Just it's a security thing for you as well as for your classmates, because if y'all all stay quiet about it, then nobody's gonna know the problem. And so in the fall, if